When was the last time you looked in the mirror and actually liked your hair? Not just accepted it, not just tolerated it, but actually felt beautiful? Because I think something happens to women after 60 with their hair. We start making decisions based on practicality instead of beauty. We choose cuts that are easy to manage instead of cuts that make us feel alive. And gradually, without even realizing it, we stop recognizing ourselves. Our hair becomes something we manage instead of something we enjoy. We get it cut the same way every 6 weeks because that's what we've always done. Many women over 60 stop experimenting with their hair and settle for styles that age them. But the right haircut can make you feel younger, fresher, and more like yourself again. And no, I'm not talking about the stiff, old lady cut. These 3 haircuts have movement, softness, and style, and they completely transform the way women over 60 look and feel. Here's the important part, and you absolutely have to stay until the very end for this. There's one of these 3 cuts that makes the absolute biggest difference. One cut that, if you only got this one cut and nothing else changed, would still make you look dramatically younger. It's the cut that took me the longest to understand. But once I learned it, I realized why so many stylists recommend it. It's the foundation for the other 2 cuts. That's the one I'm saving for last. You absolutely have to stay until the very end to discover which one it is. Because that's when everything clicks into place. Let's begin. Before we start, comment elegance in the comments if you're ready to stop accepting the aging haircut, and subscribe so you don't miss the one cut that changes everything. Haircut 1. The sophisticated bob, modern, textured, chin length. This is the cut that's having a major moment right now, and for good reason. It's elegant, it's modern, and it works magic on women over 60. But here's the key. It's not the blunt, heavy bob that looks like a helmet. It's not the cut your grandmother got. This is completely different. A sophisticated bob is textured, slightly layered, and sits right around your chin, or just below. It has movement. It has style. It's the opposite of flat and dated. Here's why this cut is so powerful. It frames your face beautifully. The length is perfect, not too short, not too long. It draws attention to your cheekbones and eyes instead of your jawline. And the texture means it doesn't sit flat against your head like a block. I see women over 60 with sophisticated bobs, and they instantly look more current and younger.
Why?
Because this cut is what stylish women are actually wearing right now. It's not trying too hard. It's just current. A sophisticated bob also works brilliantly with aging hair. If you have fine, thin hair, the layers create the illusion of fullness. If you have thick hair, the layers remove weight. If you have texture or waves, they're enhanced. If you have straight hair, you can add waves for softness. The best part? You have so many styling options. You can blow dry it straight and sleek for a polished, professional look. You can wave it with a curling iron for softness and romance. You can use texturizing spray for a casual, lived-in vibe. You can tuck it behind your ears. You can let it fall naturally. And here's something women don't expect. This cut actually requires less daily styling than you think. The layers and texture mean it doesn't have to be perfect. It looks intentional even when it's a little messy. You can literally wake up, shake your head, and it looks styled. The key to making a sophisticated bob look current is the texture. You don't want it smooth and flat. You want it to have movement and dimension. This means when you blow dry it, you're adding waves or texture. You're using products like texturizing spray or light mousse. You're making it look a little undone instead of stiff and perfect. Another thing about this cut, it's incredibly flattering for women who are dealing with face changes that come with aging. Sagging jawline? The bob ends at your chin, which creates a lifting illusion. Drooping cheeks? The angle of the cut lifts your cheekbones. Age spots or skin texture? The cut draws attention to your eyes instead. It's all about strategic placement. You also get to show off your neck with this cut. And if you're someone who's self-conscious about your neck as you age, the sophisticated bob actually lets you style it different ways. Tuck it behind your ears to show your neck. Or let it fall forward if you prefer more coverage. Total flexibility. What it looks like, a textured bob that hits around your chin or just below. The cut has layers throughout for movement and dimension, not blunt, not flat. Shorter pieces frame your face. Longer pieces underneath create movement. When you leave the salon, it should feel light, textured, and intentional. Not heavy, not dated, current, and sophisticated. Haircut 2. The Modern Pixie, short, chic, surprisingly flattering. Now, I know what you're thinking. A pixie cut? At 60? That sounds scary. But hear me out. The Modern Pixie is not the choppy, boyish pixie you're imagining. It's not a severe, short cut that makes you look like you've given up on femininity. It's completely different. A Modern Pixie is short, usually 2 to 3 inches on top, but it has length on the sides. It has texture. It has a feminine quality. And it's absolutely stunning on women over 60. Here's why this cut works. Short hair shows your face. Really shows it, which means you need good bone structure. But guess what? At 60, you actually have incredible bone structure. Your face has become more sculpted. Your cheekbones are more defined. Your eyes are more pronounced. A Modern Pixie brings all of that out. It's like giving your face a spotlight. Suddenly your cheekbones are the star. Your eyes are the focus. Your skin is visible and beautiful. I see women over 60 with Modern Pixies, and they look absolutely radiant. Not because they look younger in the traditional sense, but because they look so completely themselves. So completely confident. So completely alive. The Modern Pixie is also incredibly low maintenance. And I mean incredibly. You wash it, you run your fingers through it, you're done. No blow dryer required. No styling products. No standing in front of the mirror trying to get it right. You just have hair that looks good. For women over 60 who are dealing with thinning hair, this is life-changing. Short hair makes thin hair look thicker. It makes it look fuller. It makes it look healthy. If you've been hiding thin hair under longer styles, a Modern Pixie will shock you with how good it can look. Another thing, short hair is cooler. In summer, you're not dealing with long hair sticking to your neck and face. You feel fresher. You feel younger. You feel lighter. The key to making a Modern Pixie work at 60 is length on the sides. You don't want it super short and masculine. You want it longer on the sides and in the back, shorter on top. This creates a feminine, flattering shape. It frames your face without being too severe. You also want texture throughout. The cut should have layers and texture, so it looks intentional and modern, not blunt and outdated. And you want a stylist who understands how to cut a pixie for an aging face. Not all stylists know how. The Modern Pixie is also perfect if you're at a stage of life where you're done with high-maintenance hair. You've earned the right to just wash and go. And a Modern Pixie lets you do exactly that. One more thing. Women in a Modern Pixie get compliments. Constantly. Because it's bold and current and shows that you're confident in who you are. People notice. People respond. You feel seen in a completely different way. What it looks like, short hair, usually 2 to 3 inches on top with longer length on the sides and back. The cut has texture and layers throughout. Shorter on top creates height and dimension. Longer on sides frames your face femininely. The overall effect should be chic, modern, and surprisingly flattering. Not boyish. Not severe. Feminine and current. Haircut 3. The face framing shag. Shoulder-length layers that make biggest difference, the game changer. This is the one I promised you. The cut that makes the absolute biggest difference. And it's this. The face framing shag. Shoulder-length hair with strategic, intentional layers throughout that frame your face like a picture frame. This cut is magic at 60 plus. And here's why it beats both the sophisticated bob and the Modern Pixie combined. First, the length. Shoulder length is the perfect length for women over 60. It's long enough to pull back if you want. It's short enough to not look like you're trying to be young. It's long enough to have options. It's short enough to be manageable. It's the Goldilocks zone. Second, the layers. But these aren't just any layers. These are strategic, face-framing layers. Shorter layers around your face, around your cheekbones and jawline. Longer layers underneath. Layers throughout that create movement and texture. Why is this so transformative? Because face-framing layers literally reshape how people see your face. They soften your jawline. They lift your cheekbones. They draw attention to your eyes. They create an optical illusion where your face looks lifted and defined. I've seen this cut transform women so dramatically that their own children didn't recognize them. Not because they look like a different person, but because they look like the best version of themselves. The face framing shag solves aging hair problems fast. Layers add fullness, movement, and texture while softening the jawline and lifting the face. It works for fine, thick, curly, or straight hair and still looks great with minimal styling. The key is a skilled stylist who knows how to place face framing layers correctly for a youthful, effortless look. The right haircut can take years off your look after 60. The sophisticated bob, modern pixie, and face framing shag all add softness, movement, and life to aging hair. Don't settle for the same tired cut out of habit. Choose a style that makes you feel beautiful again. Which one would you try? Comment below and subscribe for more over 60 beauty tips.